Alright everybody, and welcome to my next video. I feel like this is one of those videos I didn't expect to be able to fucking really make. Although I actually, I always just come up with all these spontaneous recollections. And basically I just recorded this video and my microphone wasn't recording. So I'm gonna redo it, and I feel like I'm actually gonna be able to put the message into a better context now. Anyway, so what I'm gonna reveal in this video, I guess it's kind of hard for me to try to label it. I'm trying to think of the best way to label it. It's gonna be the revelation. It's really the revelation of all things. This is like the ultimate sum up of all things. I'm just gonna try to put this simple. I'm not gonna fucking like the last video. I felt like I was like going left, right, left, right, left, right, and it was like not very simplified. All right, so basically, let me explain. The ultimate revelation of all time is we are now in a situation where Lucifer, the fallen being, has rebelled against God for the simple fact that he did not listen. Okay? That's I mean, I could actually image this whole fucking explanation in my head, and it's so simple, but it's just so complicated to put it in context for everybody right here. But the whole revelation is Lucifer jumped on that opportunity basically. So Lucifer instantly realized through that through him not listening to God, because God said, "Hey, if he basically warned Lucifer, like, if you go down that path, it's a dead end. It's not gonna work." And Lucifer was against that, and he didn't listen. So he's like, and Lucifer, that made him angry. That made him angry, and he jumped at the fact that, oh, okay, so you're saying that if I don't listen, I'm gonna destroy myself. So are you saying that if they don't listen, they're gonna destroy themselves also? And yes, that's exactly what it meant. So it meant that since Lucifer didn't listen, it now opened up him the possibility to be destroyed because he didn't listen. So Lucifer put that against us. He wanted to test us, and God knows everything. He knew that we would eventually listen in the longer run and make it through, even though it took us fucking a billion goddamn years or longer to fucking finally listen and fucking wake up and get out of the goddamn devil's trap. So basically, yeah, it was all a matter of rebellion, anger, and that's all it is. He it's all a matter of, Lucifer didn't listen. So he is now faced with the whole possibility of being destroyed, and it's cuz he didn't listen. So, you know what? Lucifer jumped at the opportunity. He likes that. He's like, going through Lucifer's brain. He's like, "Oh, so you're telling me that if they don't if mankind does not listen, you're telling me that they will be destroyed." So he liked that idea because he wants to get ransom against the creator. Remember, he doesn't believe that God knows everything. He doesn't believe that God looked into this angle of the situation. So he's trying to do something to where he can get God to a point where God didn't know about it. So he's trying to be like, "You didn't think of that, did you?" And now he's got God taking ransom because if everybody didn't listen, then Lucifer would have won because that's how God made it. It's based on everyone has to listen to each other, and it's like if you don't listen to what everybody tells you, now you're susceptible to what it is that they're capable of doing to you, which this all goes back down to selling your soul. Okay, people that sell their soul, they cannot control what it is they want to feel. They can't they aren't in control of what they do, how they feel, what they're going to do next week. They have no control over anything. Lucifer now can control every single thing that person does, because it's not their soul. And remember, Lucifer, dude, he's evil. He's gonna fucking try to fucking make you do as much useless and torturous shit as possible, because it's what you say, dude. Think about it. If you sell your soul and you give somebody the right to fucking do anything they want to you, um, it's not your choice. It's not your choice to say, hey, stop torturing me. And that Lucifer knows that. He understands that. And he loves that. He loves the fact that people don't listen and then they give up that right. And then he loves getting that right to torture you. Because, dude, think about it. In the very beginning, remember, when God creates stuff, he makes it based on his image. So it's like holographic of his nature. So when God made Lucifer, dude, it was holographic. Like, Lucifer was infinite. He was eternal. Like, he wasn't binded to the constructs of like how we are under matter. The reason we're binded under the construct of matter is because we have to learn. We have to learn that everything matters, and God slowed everything down for us so we could learn that everything matters. But Lucifer, he was created eternal. So why would think it wouldn't make any sense? Why would God create somebody that would eventually decay and die, right? So when God created Lucifer, dude, he was eternal. He was infinite. Like, he was fucking spirit. He was created in spirit. We're created in matter. All right, so Lucifer is eternal. That's why he's fucking causing all this chaos. He's billions of years old. He can rule matter to do stuff. So, and yeah, and here's one other thing you got to understand. Like, some people think they got it all figured out. They think it's so simple. Like, first of all, let me explain something. There's no like, Jesus reveals, like, one cannot serve two masters, all right? Like, you cannot serve Satan and you cannot serve God at the same time. And what that means is there's no way around selling your soul to Satan and not getting yourself eternally damned. So, like, you may think you're clever by telling Lucifer, hey, I'll sell you my soul, but you can't torment me. Guess what? Lucifer's already got you figured out. You guess what? If you try to make a deal with Lucifer and you sell your soul to him and you tell him, hey, you can't torture me, or you can't fucking basically, eternally torment you or whatever. The problem with that is that he'll force you to torment other people. So you may get yourself protected from being tortured by Lucifer, but guess what? There's no there it's either A or B. It's either you're going to be tortured or someone else is going to be tortured, okay? So the problem is a lot of, like, maybe half of the people that sell their soul to the devil, they already get the idea, like, hey, he's going to torture my ass. So they straight up write in the deal to Lucifer, like, hey, all right, don't fucking torment me or destroy me, and then they're willing to sell their soul. So half of these people that aren't being tortured by Lucifer, they can't be tortured by Lucifer, because that's what was written in the deal, in the pact, because that's how it works. Everything is contracted. It's based on what everybody agrees to. So half of the people that sell their soul to the devil, they have to torture people. Okay, and there is no C. That's why God fucking tells you. That's why Jesus reveals to you, like, there is no serving Satan and God. Like, you cannot serve God and you cannot serve Satan at the same time. Period. So don't go trying to be smarter than the devil, and don't think you can outsmart the devil, because guess what? He will fuck you up, all right? Like, the problem is yeah, you may be free, and you may get yourself protected from getting yourself beat the shit out of by the devil, right? By saying, hey, writing in your deal like, hey, you can't torment me. But the problem you have to realize is Lucifer's whole goal is to get everybody in trouble. All right, he wants to. The whole goal is the more trouble he can get everybody into, the better, right? So, dude, if you start torturing people, because what's going to happen is you're going to be, if you sell your soul to Lucifer, what happens is Lucifer gets God to release your eternal spirit. Okay, so now you're eternal. You can't die. You're like Lucifer, how your spirit, because Jesus reveals that which is born of spirit, that which is born of flesh is flesh. So if you release your spirit, dude, you are fucked, because you're eternal, dude. It's all up to Lucifer of how much pain he wants to put onto you. But yeah, and that's what I was saying. If you so happen to be one that starts to torment people and you become a demon, that's what they're called. People that fucking start serving the devil. That's what a demon is somebody that sacrifices people to Satan and works for Satan. Someone that works for Satan is a demon. Okay? And the problem with being a demon is there's pros and cons to it. One, a demon has protection enabled over them. They cannot be tortured. Not every demon, because some demons are forced. It's just like ransom. They're like, most people don't want to fucking eternally torment people, right? But after you're pressed to certain levels and limits, people will do anything. If it's like, so some people, they may fucking get forced into doing it. So anyway, yeah. So the problem is when you get taken into Judgment Day, and God judges you, God's gonna know that you were tormenting somebody's eternal spirit, okay, and it's through you not listening, right? Remember, if you don't listen, and if you know, so since the problem with a demon is they know that God exists, because whenever you actually meet Lucifer and you're revealed like the whole dynamic of eternity, like you now know, you are now in the danger zone. You're in the red zone, because you've seen it with your own eyes. Like if you see the eternal angel, you have no excuse. You cannot justify yourself to God. Like if you try to say, hey, I'm sorry, it doesn't work no longer, because but that's why fucking all these Luciferians, they try to tell you, they're throwing up their Luciferian fucking pyramids, is because they're trying to tell you, they're trying to tell you Lucifer is going to destroy you, because they need you to not listen. Okay? That's why everybody's warning everybody, like, Lucifer's going to destroy you. Lucifer's going to destroy you. And nobody can actually understand what everybody's telling them, is because they're barely telling them the truth. Because remember, that's how Lucifer is. Dude, he's evil. All he has to do is barely warn you in order for you to know, in order for it to now be justifiable and accessible for Lucifer to engage in damnation upon you. So as long as you barely miss it, if you barely don't listen, because God, that's how God is. He's infinite. And Lucifer, he set it up in a way where he's at risk, okay? So since Lucifer's at risk, he's got an odds behind his existence. So he's playing that mathematical boundary. So basically, he wouldn't be allowed to steal somebody's soul and if he didn't warn them. That's what this is all revealing, because it's only through you not listening that he's able to do it to you. Because if he did it to you and you actually didn't know, and it's not that you didn't listen, it's just that he didn't warn you, he would actually be taking a greater sin. It's called the greater sin. But so since he tells you, hey, I'm going to fuck you up, and he does it through sign language or whatever the fuck that little faggot wants to call it. So since he barely tells you, hey, it's me, and then when you don't listen, he don't get in as much trouble because it's mathematics. But there's pros and cons to that. Like, it's all right. The thing that you have to realize, the good thing about that for Lucifer is that it makes it easy for him to trick people, right? Very easy to trick people because nobody even knows what he's fucking trying to tell them. Nobody even knows that he's even telling them anything, right? And then the con to it all, here's the con. This is what, when it comes down to mathematics. So the good thing that Lucifer has working for him with it is he has in his favor that millions and billions of people aren't going to be able to even realize that he's telling them. But on the bad side of it, that if somebody does listen to what he tells them, and they are aware of what they tell him, and they do listen, he now has to be taken into Judgment Day. And that's what happened with me. I saw it. I fucking busted him. And I was the one in fucking quadrillion billion who barely listened, aside from Jesus. But he was an eternal being that was created by God, so he was destined to always be successful. See, I'm a man. See, Jesus was a man too, but he's blessed more than me. Like, everything about him, he's infinite better than me. He's the one that I go through that gives me my power. Like, I get my power through Jesus because he's the one who's connected to God. He's the one who is God, because DNA has information, it stores memory. So when God created Jesus, that's his son. Like, his DNA, it transcends that information to him. So that's why it reveals, like, when you see Jesus, it's like you see God, because like God's DNA is divine, it's perfect, and it doesn't ever change. And you're looking at God. That's how he is. He's perfect. So yeah, the bad part, that's why Lucifer is so fucked. Is because he was willing to take the chance that we wouldn't listen. So that's all this is all about. If we would not have listened, or I mean, if we would not have listened, we would. If free will has to be granted, if he wants to destroy us, shit, we didn't listen. We okayed it. Why the fuck wouldn't not be granted? It's what everybody wanted to do, right? Well, the problem now is at the point that we listened. Like, we finally realized what he's doing. So he's fucked because he's busted. Like, he is getting ready. We're gonna be going into Judgment Day. I don't know, maybe when we all are dead. I don't fucking know. I really don't care, but it's gonna happen really soon because, like I said, I mean, I'm the first one to be able to reveal this order and reveal the whole fucking, all this bullshit that Lucifer's faggot ass is trying to hide from us. So fuck him. Let's move on. Let's get to the goddamn. Let's get to our goddamn eternal life already. Fuck that gay ass devil. I'm sick of that motherfucker.